Actually, I better switch my phone off while I do this. Yes, in that my last live stream cut out for some reason. It cut out early. Very strangely cut out because I've got a full connection with my Wi-Fi. It's got a full my Wi-Fi is picking up the Wi-Fi, the BT Wi-Fi is working. So it's very strange that it cut out at the point, because there was about another 15 minutes left with this woman, Helen James, that I don't know. I put her on loudspeaker. She rang from 2 different numbers, an unknown number and a mobile number that I've just given to the police. And the police are going to find out if she's known to them. Because the call handler said that they would... actually, I better put my phone on power because I need a reference number. But she said you can't go round accusing people of... no, of course not. In the same way, I don't know how this person got my phone number, in the same way that I don't know if I've got permission to be here. So this crazy person who's calling me a terrorist, an anti-Semitic, an all this weird stuff. I mean, I've never known anything like it. But, you know, it's just interesting. You know, this person started ringing me and texting me because I'd said one positive thing about a victim of satanic ritual abuse, someone that I've never met. And it's just very interesting because my mobile number has obviously circulated because I haven't put it online. I've never even heard of I'm a technophobe. I don't even know what they mean by docs. She was screaming and shouting, but you can't hear it in the last live stream because it cut out when she rang from 2 different numbers, an unknown number and the mobile number that I've reported to the police. But I had to, she said, well, how can you be homeless if you've got an internet connection? But, well, in this day and age, even I know, as a technophobe, I know that homeless people can still get onto YouTube, even if they're sleeping rough. And I explained that I'm in the home of someone I haven't met, that I'm keeping away from my council accommodation for my safety, that I've put it on YouTube. I explained to this person, excuse me, that I've been documenting my experiences of corruption with the police and the council, because this call handler is talking as if they weren't rude to me, but people like to think they know it all when they've never even spoken to someone. And I had to explain that I've documented on YouTube there's evidence of me being attacked in my council accommodation by police protected criminals. So see, this is what I mean. If you don't know someone, but anyway, there we are. So there we are. But this Helen James, I may never know how she got my number, but I have heard things on Facebook. My mobile number is not out there. The one person that I trusted the most, obviously, is someone from a charity who has failed me on YouTube. I've got evidence of them on YouTube offering me help. It's CHAVE from the Independent Advice Network. And funnily enough, this troll Helen James, who's threatening me, saying I'll come down there and you're an anti-Semite and you're a terrorist, this demented person. Funnily enough, one of the text messages they sent me, because she sent me loads and loads of text messages, she said, oh, I'll have a go at that horrible Tina CHAVE for you. This woman who claims to have 40 years experience of helping vulnerable people like me in homelessness. I'm on severe disability. I've spent thousands of pounds of back pay on these hotels. This is what my channel is about. And the police targeting and the brutality of vulnerable people, genuinely vulnerable people. Because I'm not alone in this. There are a lot of people out there, and I'm not comparing myself to anyone, because I wish to goodness there was someone out there like me. But this is how demented people are. You say one positive thing about an activist who's speaking out about satanic ritual abuse, and suddenly you're a terrorist, you effing this, you effing that, from someone you don't know. So yeah, so there we go. That's Helen James. Yeah, nice to meet you. Yes, I'm being sarcastic. Some people don't understand what sarcasm is. The kind of people I've got, well, the people in the police force have got a low IQ. But I'm not the only one who's fallen foul of the police abusing powers community. And on top of it, the criminals in the police force who have done what they've done to me. So anyway, I've said what I wanted to say because the last live stream cut out. But I wanted to properly, but because there was a poor internet connection, I wanted to address Ian Broadhurst, whom Dan from Police Abusing Powers got him as a moderator on my channel. And here's what I wanted to say in case he didn't get this in my last, because my last live stream, I think it was my last live stream where I'm saying Bitter Troll doesn't like my newspaper article or my sacred relationship with my mother. I'm not going to respond to his comments anymore or read them. I'm not interested, because Ian Broadhurst, Dan from Police Abusing Powers, I'm obviously not the only person who has been failed as a vulnerable person, who's been I mean, someone else has said in the comments section on an old video, because I disable my comments section, I don't do live chat. But this Ian Broadhurst was a moderator that Dan from Police Abusing Powers got me. And he has said in comments under other live streams, older live streams, he basically said, well, he had to criticize me for holding up my little newspaper article. And said, I've had lots of newspaper cuttings, and so what's your point? And I'm like, yes, so have I. I've had a little mention in Woman's Magazine, or one of the women's magazines, when I was a baby. I've had loads of newspaper cuttings in my family. It's like, what's your point? And I just wanted to say, Ian Broadhurst, get the spelling of my name right, because you've spelt it wrong twice. It's not Bryany. It's not Briany. It's not. You did another spelling of it. You probably did that deliberately. It's Bryany. But you're not going to read the newspaper article, are you? No. Brave Bryany battles on. And I put that article up because it's never been more prominent in my life than now, with everything that I've been through. So But I realise I'm not talking, I'm hoping to get an intelligent audience, not ignoramuses with an extremely low IQ. The Bible requires us to expose evil and fruitless deeds, but many people do it themselves without realising. Yes. Yes. It's just a shame that you couldn't have heard Helen James screaming down the phone at me just now. Oh, you're squatting. You're putting me in trouble. You're an effing... Oh. Every time I answered the unknown number, she would ring off. I'd say, come on then. You know, or are you a coward? And then she finally answered. And then, you know, people expose themselves without even realising. But yeah, so there's Helen James calling me an anti-Semite, terrorist, someone I don't even know. For all I know, this Ian Broadhurst that I've trusted with my phone number when I responded to his number, which he posted online. He might have shared it for all I know, so who knows? But you know, you're a complete stranger, Ian Broadhurst. Just because I responded to your text messages, I don't know you. You're still a stranger. That Dan from Police Abusing Powers got me. And Dan and Tina CHAVE, who offered me help, and when I complained about them not offering me the help they said they'd get me, they then threatened me in the comments section with legal action. But, you know, your behaviour is just, oh, God. All these comments that you've put, I'm not going to read them anymore. You're someone who told me to get over the death of my mother, right? You said I'm self-pitiful. You said my mother would be disgusted with me. You never knew my mother. And what would she be disgusted with me for? Because I tell you, she is the reason why I'm still here. She cried for me. She told me how mature I am. And I tell you what, this was before the last 6 years. My mother died 13 years ago, and I've had the last 6 years of police brutality and corruption and homelessness and being... This is World War III. My grandmother lived through 2 world wars, and this is how you lot are behaving. You are complicit in all of this, by the way. You're complicit. You're attacking a homeless, vulnerable woman. And you also called me self-pitiful. Yet I went up to Beachy Head soaked through to the skin. I went up to Beachy Head about a week or two ago. Well, it was about a week ago. Soaked to the skin from the rain, suicidal. And you're calling me self-pitiful. And I miss my late mother. And this is what I said in that last live stream. I'm trying to teach you. I'm trying to help you. Thousands of people will never, ever get over the death of a loved one. There are thousands, maybe millions of people around the world who will never get over the death of a loved one because we are all unique. We're all different. So you've done all of that and said all of that despite claiming that your own mother and daughter were crushed to death. Really? So I pose this question to you. What would they think of you attacking a vulnerable woman, a vulnerable, suicidal, homeless female on her own channel? It's very interesting, that. Very interesting. I want to make sure that this gets out there because what I'm saying is it's beggars belief. But it's just unbelievable. But this is what people are like. This is what, you know, it's this. So even so, you just like Dan from Police Abusing Powers telling me to leave my partner. You also said, why don't you move to another country? You might as well just, well, how about a kick in the teeth? How about you act like this Helen James and just say, tell me to F off out of the country? Is it because you get it easy? You get it easy because you commit public order offences. You commit crimes. You're attacking a genuinely vulnerable woman, homeless woman. And yes, Helen James, if you can see this, I probably am squatting. It reminds me of what that hotel manageress said. She asked me, I was a very loyal customer. I spent about £2,000 funding a hotel with severe disability back pay. But the hotel guest who threatened me, who was probably a criminal, she asked me to change rooms because I might claim squatters' rights after 1 month of self-funding. So they got a lot of money out of me. The president of the EHA, Eastbourne Hospitality Association, they were in on those damning council meeting minutes, and you taxpayers are paying £3 million per day to put up illegal immigrants claiming asylum. Would you like to say what I'm saying that's racist? What a fact. You're the kind of crazy person that this is the sort of thing that Paul Joseph Watson talks about. But I tell you what, the lady that owns this flat who's coming back from Nigeria, you're calling me an anti-Semitic. Isn't that racist in itself? You're calling me an anti-Semite. Why? Our Heavenly Father's name is the name that will save all, but you've got such a low IQ. I've been told don't even bother entertaining the trolls, but I find it fascinating. I really, truly do. It's amusing. Like Paul Joseph Watson, he's so funny. It was just that comment about the fox that made me unsubscribe, but that's why YouTube demonetizes him, because he's telling it how it is. But the lady who owns this flat, she's coming back from Nigeria, a country who've got it right. So if you're one of those very stupid people, Helen, who thinks I'm being racist, because even though I haven't even mentioned a race, I haven't said, I'm mentioning facts. You need the facts. Under common law, you need facts as evidence to prove, to back up your claims. You've got no claims of racism against me. You've got no claims of, you're calling me an anti-Semite. Why? Because I've used the name of our Heavenly Father. I will die using the name Yahweh. That is the name above all names. What you're doing is sacrilegious. It's really... So, no, so I just find it fascinating, all of this. But yes, you have more rights if you come over here illegally in a dinghy. And it doesn't matter where you come from. It's not about race. It's about having rights. Legal rights. They're being put up in luxurious hotels. Your children don't have a future because of your own stupidity, because you're attacking another vulnerable woman in this country. The lady who owns this flat, who's very kindly let me stay here, is a country where white people are not allowed on the radio or TV or anything. I'm not offended by that, because black people they are the ethnic majority. White people are the ethnic majority of the UK. It's a fact. Same in Germany. If you still don't understand what I'm trying to say to you, if you don't have the understanding, watch Paul Joseph Watson, because he throws in humour. He's trying to make it a little bit understanding for stupid people. Anyway, there we are. But there we are. There's nothing I can really say, you know. I've tried to explain it many, many times. That, you know, as I said, many of the people coming into the country on the dinghies illegally, regardless of race, because it's not about race, it's about having legal rights. This is where you stupid people, you crazy... I thought this Shelley Moat was said in the comments section under one of my live streams that she was right-wing. You sound like crazy left people. This is about people coming into the country illegally, being told to, with the paperwork, they're being told, just say that you're an asylum seeker, and that's it. There are no checks. These people have been protesting, and just watch the live stream. Watch the YouTube video link I posted by Paul Joseph Watson on my last live stream, and then you'll see what I'm talking about. Anyway, that's it. There's nothing more to say.